Yo, what's up, everybody? It's SupaFly Fat Guy 859 coming at you again. Well, Sunday night vlog number 5. First, I want to start off. I just looked at the video manager, and I looked and saw my last like 6 or 7 videos have been in this very friggin' spot, and I hate when it looks like that. I hate when I only put out videos that are just sitting here talking to the camera. So whether it be video responses or vlogs or whatever. So I want to apologize to my subs for that first and foremost. I mean, I know a lot of you hardcore people will be like, oh, we just watched it, you know, for you, and we want to see the funny shit you're going to say next or whatever. But man, I really feel, I don't know, I feel like I let you guys down when I don't get to get out and do stuff. But I literally have not had my car for 7 weeks now. So I don't get out a whole lot. I mean, I do, you know, I get around, but I don't get out very much, you know what I mean? I really wish I'd have took my camera last night. I went down to my dad's house and hung out with my dad and my Uncle Buzz, and I took my Uncle Buzz out shopping and stuff. He's a veteran, and he survived Vietnam, and then came home and shattered about, I don't know, 100 different bones in his body in a real bad car accident. His spine's fake. He's got rods all over his body. His right leg from the knee down is dead. So he's got one of those like brace kind of like things that he's got to put in his shoe and then put his foot in it. And anyway, he's on disability and stuff, and he can't drive because his right foot would be, you know, what you would use for the gas and the brake and stuff. So he's never, I don't think, he didn't have a license, or he hasn't had a license since his accident. So you know, he hasn't drove or anything. He doesn't have a car, and he lives down at my dad's house. And basically, you know, if he needs to go to the grocery store or whatever, he'll ride with my dad or whatever. But like, if he wants to go somewhere special, like if he wants to go to like Kohl's or something and get some clothes or whatever, he usually doesn't ask Dad or anybody to take him. He usually asks me. Well, I haven't had my car for a while, so I don't know. I felt bad, so I asked Grandma if I could borrow her car to take him, you know, go down and see him, and then he wanted to go to Myers and a couple other places. So I went and hung out with him, and I just thought it'd be really cool to be like a Saturday night vlog kind of thing, you know, like just a random ass video showing that I'm hanging out with Buzz. But I forgot to take my camera, so you know, I would have had a cool little video outside of the house for that one, but I didn't take the camera. So again, guys, I want to apologize for, you know, first and foremost, beginning of the video for that. And then I wrote a couple things down that that just kind of, believe it or not, I didn't keep a log. I got a little pocket memo notebook. It's just, you know, one of them real small ones. I'm going to set that out here and kind of like sit it next to my desk so that I know anytime that I want to write something down, I'm going to do it. But over the past several hours, I've been thinking about stuff that I wanted to talk about. And one thing that drove me nuts, and I thought a lot of you guys get a kick out of this, but pet peeves. I got a lot of them. And stupid people piss me off more than anything in the world. But pet peeves, man, I got a bunch of them. I hate when people like pronounce things wrong, and I'm not a stickler for it. Like, I'm not like a prick. That sounded like it was the same thing. But I hate when people say shit like library. Oh, it just like, it sends chills like through me. Like, I get so annoyed. Or when people say supposedly. Oh, it's supposedly. Supposedly. Not supposedly. Oh, it drives me insane. But 2 pet peeves that I have drive me insane is you ever had to pee after you wash your hands? Like you do, like you take out the trash or you do something to where you have to wash your hands, and then while you're washing your hands you gotta pee, and then you gotta pee, then you gotta wash your hands again. Oh, that drives me insane. But this one, I think this one is worse than all of them. Having to poop when you get out of the shower. And I'm not talking like mid-shower, where like you can poop and then get back in the shower. I'm talking like you get out of the shower, you go wherever you go to get fresh. You go, you get fresh, you put deodorant on, you put powder on, cologne, body spray, whatever. You know, you get dressed, and then you gotta poop. Oh, that's the worst. Because now you done did all that, and I'm not going to start over. I'm sorry. I'm not going to take a shower again. And it's like, oh. So that's why I use wet wipes. but regardless, you just ain't fresh no more. You don't feel fresh anymore because you soiled yourself. So, I mean, you didn't shit on yourself, but anyway. That is the worst. That is the absolute worst. And there's other things that get on my nerves, like people that don't put shit back. Oh, that drives me insane. Now, if it's their own stuff, I don't care. But like when people come in here and like we're hanging out or whatever, I've only got a couple buddies that actually ever been in my room and hung out and played video games and stuff like that. So, but like they come over and they just move shit. And my mom does it just to piss me off. She thinks it's funny. She'll come in here and move shit around. Like she'll come in while I'm sitting here and just move stuff around while she's talking to me, and then just leave. And I'm like, oh, like it drives me nuts. And then speaking of mom, I watched a video from Southern Belle a few days ago that really, and I'm sorry for drinking so much, guys, on camera, but I've really tried to move towards a little bit healthier lifestyle. And one thing that, and I've quit drinking pop a bunch of times, but I'm really gonna try my damnedest to do this. And the only water that I really like is Ice Mountain. But it seems like now that I'm just drinking water, I'm so much more thirsty all the time. Like my mouth, I just took that drink a few minutes ago, and my mouth is like, I don't know, like it's pasty already. Like I gotta take another drink, and I don't know what that means, but it's driving me insane. I never had that when I was drinking Coke. Ugh. But anyway, Southern Belle did a video about felons with guns, or well, ex-felons with guns, and she had a great point. You know, my mom's a felon. She is. She had a bad drug addiction when she was younger. She hasn't touched a shit in, I couldn't tell you how long. It's been well over, I don't know, maybe 15, 20 years, something like that. But she had a bad drug problem, and she got, long story, but she got hit with selling cocaine to an undercover cop, and then she had, I mean, she's got a rap sheet. I mean, she hasn't been arrested in, like I said, 15 or 20 years now, but when she was younger, she had a rap sheet as long as, I don't know, just a long one. But Southern Belle made a really good point. She was like, you know, who are we to deny people of their Second Amendment right, even if they have, say, a violent crime that they were charged with or whatever. If they should, like, and I understand what she's saying, and I know a lot of people might disagree with this, but I really agree with what she said. Basically, I think everybody should have the right to a Second Amendment right, because if they're deemed unacceptable to, keeping and bearing arms, they shouldn't be out of prison. They shouldn't. If they have not shown, if they've just done the time, but they didn't show any remorse, they didn't show any correction of any kind, they haven't shown any kind of change at all, they've just done the time, I don't think they should be out. If we can't trust them to have a gun, they should not be let out of prison. And I strongly agree with that. I do. I thought about it and thought about it and thought about it. And I hate prisons anymore. I don't know how long ago this started, but it seems like having a prison is the new big business. I don't know if it's always been that way, but it just seems like in the past, I don't know, 15 years or so, 10, 15 years, it seems like the new big business to get into is prisons. You know what I mean? And it just seems like we're trying to fill up every fucking cage we can. And it just drives me nuts. Like, people going to prison for smoking weed. Like, that, oh, that irks me, man. But yeah, she had a really good point. Like, if we claim, self-defense is a God-given right, and whether you be, whatever, what is that, denomination, is that what it's called? Or something, like, whatever you are, like, whether you don't believe in anything, or you believe in this, that, or the other God, whatever, it's a given right protection, to protect yourself. And I believe in the Second Amendment, and I think everybody should have the right to. And if they shouldn't have the Second Amendment right, they shouldn't be out of prison. First and that's just how, plain and simple. I don't know why I almost said first and foremost, because that's not what I meant. But yeah, plain and simple. I think if we deem them okay for society, to be out in society, and we think that, they're out in society and they'll be okay and they're not going to hurt anybody else, then I think they should be able to own and carry a gun. With the same licensing everybody else has to. But, I mean, if they're fit for society, then they're fit for that Second Amendment right. If they're a violent crime, and maybe they never showed any remorse, and you can clearly fucking see that as soon as they got out of prison, they're going to do it again, then they shouldn't be let out of prison. If we can't trust them with a gun, we can't trust them being on the streets with kids and women, and I almost said women and children, but what, you know what I mean? Like, if we can't let them out or if we can't trust them with a gun, why would we trust them with our family, being in public with everybody, being in society with everybody? So she had some really good points in that video, and so shout out to Southern Belle, dude. That was a great video that she did. And this has my address on it, so I hope I didn't show it to you. And then I guess we'll wrap this up with The Walking Dead, like I do every week so far. So if you don't want to see this, turn it off now. I love this episode. This episode was so awesome. It was outside of the prison, so they put on, they put the prison on hold for a little bit, and I thought that was awesome. I also thought that we got some interaction with some people we really haven't had interaction a whole lot with. I mean, here and there, but like the father-son thing. The past few episodes, it just seems like they're kind of on their own, doing things. So I think that was really cool. I thought it was awesome that we met up with Morgan. We found Morgan. I wish things would have been different, where Morgan could have come back to the prison, or maybe moved the people to that city and made like a new little whatever. What is that called? Woodbury? Made like a new little Woodbury, but in, that neighborhood. I think Rick's going to hit it. I think Rick is going to bang Michonne. I think he is. I think he's going to pound it too. I don't know why. It just seems that way. Let's see. The Morgan thing. Yeah, I wish we'd have brought him back. And another thing too, like they said on the Talking Dead after the show, why the hell didn't they take more guns and ammo? And like, that man had like dozens and dozens and dozens of guns and a ridiculous amount of ammo that he is marauded, if that's even a word, or scavenged or whatever. Like, why the hell didn't they take more? And then another thing that really me and my buddy Mike was talking about, White Mike, in the show, since season 1, the way they've traveled, I've assumed all this time that they were hundreds and hundreds of miles away from Rick's old hometown. But yet in this show here, it seems like they got there and, like it was right down the road. that kind of pissed me off. Like, that kind of was annoying, because if they've just been down the road from his hometown this whole time, he should never lose against the governor. He's got the home field advantage. You know what I mean? But yeah, I think this episode was amazing. Like, the whole interaction, and meeting back up with Morgan, finding out what happened to him, kind of mending or I guess finishing that part of the story. I just thought all that was awesome. I thought it was really cool how Carl got to go back and get that picture, and for his little sister and stuff. I just thought all of that was awesome. So this episode was amazing, I thought. And that's about it, guys. I don't think I had anything else to talk about. Not 100% sure. I thought I had more things to say, but I guess I didn't. I don't know. You know, maybe I might, and I don't think it really bothers him too much, because he's sat down and talked to me about this stuff before, but and I've said this before too on my channel, that I might try to do this, but I think I might see if Buzz will let me do like a video on him, and like an interview the veteran kind of thing, or whatever, a Vietnam vet, or whatever I might title it. But I was thinking about doing that, and maybe asking him some questions, and talking to him about what things were like in Vietnam and stuff like that. I mean, he's really open, like, about it. Like, I don't think he has any shell shock or anything like that. He doesn't seem like anything bothers him, and he'll tell stories for days about it. So I don't think it'll be like, it's not a disrespectful thing, I don't think, because growing up, he's always lived with my dad as long